Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and something a little bit different today. In today's video I'm going to cover a subject that I think is very relevant to today and something that I think is being overlooked with all of the discussions around artificial intelligence and its uses. And this comes off the back of recent cybersecurity incidents that we've seen with some big companies, and also the fact that I've just done some AI certifications as well. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about something that's absolutely critical in my mind if you're introducing AI into your organization, and that's API architecture. Now, just for clarity, this is not part of the series on the MuleSoft Catalyst. MuleSoft Catalyst doesn't talk about artificial intelligence specifically, but it is loosely associated with it because we are still talking about architecture. So, if you want your AI systems to be scalable, secure, and successfully adopted, you cannot afford to overlook this particular aspect. And let me start by answering the question of why APIs matter for AI, and the big question of why does API architecture matter when deploying AI? Well, the answer when you actually think about it is quite simple really. AI is only as useful as its ability to connect with the rest of your ecosystem. You could build the most advanced machine learning model ever, but if it's isolated, difficult to access, or hard to integrate with existing tools, it just won't deliver value. And that's where solid API architecture comes in. Now, APIs allow AI capabilities like predictions, automations, NLP or image recognition to be accessed on demand, securely and at scale by other systems and teams. But what are the common AI integration challenges without good API design? Well, without good API architecture, here's some of the things that I think could happen. Your AI becomes a black box, and if it's a black box, it's generally only usable by the data science team, the people that probably built it. Business apps can't consume AI insights in real time, and scaling to new teams or products takes forever. Now, security and compliance risks will obviously shoot up because you've got inconsistent access controls, and maintenance, we have to talk about maintenance, becomes a nightmare when the models need to be updated. And here's the real issue. AI projects are often failing not because the model was wrong, but because the delivery mechanism, that is the API, wasn't thought through, or the number of APIs I should say. So, as usual, that's the bad bit. But what should the good bit look like? And more directly, what makes a good API architecture for AI? Well, let me suggest a few key pillars. The first one is standardization. Use consistent, well-documented REST or gRPC APIs so that AI services are easy to consume across platforms. Number two, especially relevant today, security and governance. Implement token-based auth, throttling, and audit logging. AI systems often process information that is very sensitive, so good security is a must. And of course, in the MuleSoft world, we have the Einstein trust layer. I'm not going to go into that in detail here. We need to implement versioning. All models, all good models, evolve. So your API needs clear version control so that updates don't break dependent systems. Now, we always have to think about latency and scalability. So some use cases need real-time responses. like fraud detection, while others can be async. So you have to architect for the right level of responsiveness that's required. Don't over-architect, but don't under-architect either. And we need to think about observability. We need to think about logs, metrics, and tracing to help you monitor both performance, debug issues, and also improve adoption. Now, you've heard me talk about this before, decoupling. Remember, in the MuleSoft Catalyst series, I said that APIs should be functionally cohesive and logically decoupled. Well, that's true here as well, as you may have guessed. An AI should be seen as a product, not tightly coupled to front-end apps. And this makes upgrades and model swaps relatively painless. So to bring all of what I've talked about into the real world, just let me talk about an example. So a retail company wants to use AI to recommend products. Common thing for AI these days. You know, we see this all the time on the internet. So for one moment, let's just think about what would be the outcome if the company embeds the AI model directly within their e-commerce app. Well, one, updating the model becomes painful. Scaling across channels, e.g. mobile, chatbots, in-store kiosks, etc., gets really messy, and your security and access controls become limited. But if you expose the model via a well-architected recommendation API, in this case, the API or the app just calls an endpoint to get suggestions. The AI model can be retrained and redeployed independently. Any other platform can use the same API, so you have one source of the truth, and security is centralized and manageable. So having covered all of this, what is the business impact of all of this? Well, a well thought out API architecture enables faster time to value for AI investments, always important, better collaboration across all departments within the organization, more reliable, scalable AI services can be delivered, easier governance can be put in place over that AI usage and the risks that might be associated with it, and most importantly of all, it helps move AI from data science sort of labs into real world usage. So remember, AI without APIs is a bit like a Ferrari with no roads. You've got a lot of power in your Ferrari, but if you've got no APIs or badly designed APIs, you've got nowhere to go. So investing in robust, scalable API architecture is key to making AI practical, safe, and impactful in your organization. So if you found this helpful, as usual, please give the video a like, hit that button down in the corner to subscribe, drop a comment, always appreciated, and let's have a discussion. Let's have a chat about AI and architecture, because I think it is one of the areas that is not well looked at the moment. There's a lot of discussion about API, but not a lot of discussion that I've seen about architecting for AI. So I'd be interested in your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.